The other name we haven't talked about yet is Michael Harris, your 14th ranked outfielder. He finished 64th overall in Roto this past season. He turns 23 in March, so technically not even really in his prime yet. You look at his 2022 and 2023, nearly identical seasons. He hit 293 this year with 18 homers, 76 runs scored, and 20 stolen bases. He actually improved really in all the places that I was worried about Michael Harris, Scott, which is we're talking about the strikeout rate coming down, the ground ball rate coming down, improvement against left-handed pitching. I mean, these were all things I was worried about last year. He improved all of them. Now, we know Michael Harris got off to a really, really slow start. The first 2 months were dreadful. He was awesome from June 1st on. The big problem with him is a lack of volume. 88 of his games came from batting ninth in the Braves lineup because they're stacked. 539 plate appearances, ranked 40th among outfielders. So unless that improves, which I think it could. I mean, early roster resource has him batting like sixth in the Braves lineup. That would obviously help. There is still kind of a volume problem here. But man, all the improvements that he made, coupled with the age, the lineup, I do think that there is a lot to like here about Michael Harris.
Well, he would be, I think, the obvious number 11 guy based on what his percentages have looked like. It after that ridiculously bad start he got off to in his sophomore season, when it was like, oh man, we totally missed on this guy. His final line, like his final numbers, ended up being close to identical to what he put up as a rookie. The percentages were a little worse, but the totals were very similar, and the percentages were similar enough, close enough. So we should go into 2024 with the same enthusiasm we had going into 2023 when we ranked him as like a third rounder, right? But I am less optimistic he's going to move up in the lineup, actually. And maybe this is because I follow the Braves closer than I follow any other team. Maybe I follow them too closely to have an objective view on this, but they seem to like him hitting ninth. And they don't really need him to hit higher because they have so many other great hitters. They seem to like him hitting ninth to put a good hitter ahead of Ronald Acuna, who obviously they're not taking out of the leadoff spot. And Harris, when he's forced to hit higher in the lineup, he doesn't really... It hasn't gone well so far, which isn't to say like he can't hit higher than ninth. Obviously he could, but he's not giving the Braves... He so far hasn't given the Braves reason to say, okay, yeah, the lineup looks better with him hitting higher. 88 of his appearances this past year came in the 9-hole. So as good as the Braves lineup is, batting that low in any lineup is going to cost you so many opportunities. It limits his run and RBI potential to a degree that's hard to overcome. I mean, as good as he was on a percentage basis, 2.82 head-to-head points per game this past year, 2.82. He is the highest ranked player for me who's below 3. And he's pretty far below 3 at 2.82. 2.82, to put it in perspective, is less than Nick Castellanos. It's less than Masataka Yoshida. It's not very good. It's not very good. And so by ranking him as high as I do, I'm giving him... It seems kind of hopeful to me, actually. And I am giving his points league rankings, and I imagine with the high batting average and the stolen base contributions, Harris is a little more valuable in Roto. But those runs and RBI count for a lot, and he's not delivering them in the 9-hole.